Thank you for joining me here this evening. The time is currently 7:26, and we are continuing severe weather coverage here as the main cluster of storms that we're going to be watching tonight is finally starting to fire off here in parts of West Texas. We have several storms capable of producing large hail and damaging winds. One of them even capable of producing hail up to golf ball sized here. Okay, now that storm is very dangerous. You need to take cover from it away from windows. That's going to be heading for the polar area, all right, as well as Fullerville. Okay, so I know this area has quite a few storms going on, but that is going to be the one that is the most dangerous. We have seen a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings since my last stream. One of the states that surprisingly popped off the most was actually Tennessee. We did have a storm roll through western Tennessee area near Clarksville that ended up producing hail up to golf ball size and wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. So obviously, it's a very dangerous situation here, even for some areas that we did not expect to be that dangerous, all right? I feel like that's kind of the best way to put that. But everywhere across the Deep South tonight, all right, needs to be on lookout here for this severe weather, especially areas like Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee. Everybody there is going to need to watch out for these storms, as some of them are going to be very bad. At least that is what a lot of the models are predicting. The Storm Prediction Center keeps agreeing with that fact. So it's kind of seeming like we do have a severe weather outbreak on our hands. In fact, I think we already have a severe weather outbreak on our hands because we've already seen some pretty crazy stuff, all right? We've already gotten some reports of damaging wind gusts, huge hail, all right? We have 21 reports of hail of 1 inch or larger already today, and then 2 reports of wind gusts of 60 miles per hour or higher today. The biggest hail that has been reported so far is going to be golf ball size hail. We saw some of that in Texas. We saw some of that in Tennessee, all right? It's kind of scattered around here, this massive hail is. We did get a report of a roof removed off of a home in Arkansas, and then small tree limbs down with wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour in Texas already. So obviously a very dangerous severe weather outbreak. We have not had any tornadoes yet, surprisingly. Between now and the last time I streamed, we did not even have a single tornado warning, all right? We've only had that one today that was back there in eastern Texas, all right? That was near, what area was that near? That was, I know it was near Huntsville. It was down there by New Waverly. That's where it was. But, again, now we're kind of looking up here to Tennessee even, all right? We've got several storms that are firing off unexpectedly strong, all right? We do have this one rolling through Clarksville right now. Earlier, it was producing hail up to golf ball size, but it is still producing hail up to ping pong ball size, and in fact, we have a report of that here back by Dover. All right, so this is still a very dangerous storm. No longer reported to do wind gusts to 70 miles per hour. Actually, we did just get a wind damage report here. A report of power lines down on East Richview Road in Cumberland City. All right, so there you go. Power lines down there, southwest of the Clarksville Metro. This is a very dangerous storm approaching. Gonna want to get away from windows there for sure. We do have those reports of golf ball size hail kind of scattered across southwest Tennessee and then other areas in Texas as well. But, yeah. We still do have a tornado watch in effect here, but we do now also have a severe thunderstorm watch. This was not here at the last stream, but now it is. This is going to be in effect for parts of northwest Texas. This is the round of storms that is expected to be the most devastating here. And you can see they are already starting to fire off with some intense hail and damaging wind gusts here. Nothing crazy tornadic-wise yet. I'll be honest, maybe a little bit of rotation on this one guy here. Let's actually play it a few frames back here. And yeah, I mean, maybe some weak rotation at times, but nothing insane, honestly. Nothing that's is really gonna, it's not really gonna trigger a tornado warning, alright? Nothing is that impressive at the minute. We'll go ahead and bring it to Arkansas here. This severe thunderstorm warning is for 1 inch hail and 60 mile per hour winds heading for Blevins. Tons of lightning on this storm, oh my goodness. But yeah, there's that one. We do have a ton of storm chasers on this today. We got Corey Gurkin, we got Vince Welty, we got Brandon Kopic, we've even got John Flanagan out there. So, there you go. Again, our strongest winds are going to be centered, our strongest winds and our biggest hail is going to be centered around this area right now. It's a very big cluster of storms there, all the way from Snyder back up to Jayton. And this one's possibly the most impressive hail core, and it's been impressive for quite a while, actually. We did actually just get a new severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know if you guys heard that little beep there. That's all the way up in Kentucky. These storms up in Tennessee and Kentucky just do not want to die. We have another new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be down in Arkansas. That's for ping pong ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. That is for a storm approaching the western side of Hot Springs. So if you're in areas like Piney, Rockwell, or Pleasant Hill, this is coming for you with huge hail and damaging wind gusts. So you got to look out for that. That is a radar-indicated threat, but still. But, man, these storms in Kentucky and Tennessee are way more impressive than anybody could have ever guessed. Like, we were not expecting severe weather at all in this area, let alone the biggest of the day. So, like I said, we saw a storm capable of producing wind gusts. We had a report of a gust around 65 miles per hour, was it? Or no, that was in Texas, but we had that damaging wind gust report of power lines down, which has got to be at least 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we also had that report of several reports of golf ball-sized hail here. So these are actually turning out to be some of the most significant storms of the day here, as it is now heading into the Clarksville metro. You got to look out there, guys. And maybe a little bit of messy rotation trying to develop here, but it's really kind of hard to tell with how much contamination there is. Damaging winds are definitely associated with this, though. That's for sure. We do have this storm approaching Wilson. It's kind of dying out. It is severe warned, but not nearly as impressive anymore. These storms are actually going to continue to head eastward here, and what's going to happen is these are going to go through Abilene, alright? They're going to go through DFW, and then they're going to kind of take a southeast dive there, according to the enhanced risk, towards areas like Tyler, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, and then continue tomorrow. We do have a new damaging wind report there. Tree down on Highway 332, south of 278. Alright. That's from Ozone, Arkansas. So just be wary if you're in the Yancey, Ozone area. We may have some trees downed here. We definitely at least have one tree downed. Did have a 65-mile-per-hour gust there in Texarkana. I'm thinking a couple of these storms could get severe warned out here east of the DFW metro. They're kind of popping off now, specifically this one with the huge hail core over Abner. If you're in Abner, you're probably getting some large to very large hail right now. Alright. Looks like we got some pockets of very high winds here near the Clarksville area. These are elevated winds, so they're not surface winds, but you elevate at half a degree and you got winds close to 75 miles per hour. And playing it back, we can definitely see why it was warned for 70-mile-per-hour winds. There were winds over 80 miles per hour, half a degree elevated. Over 85 miles per hour even at times. Wow. And those kind of rolled through the Cumberland City area. That's actually where our damaging wind report is from. It's from that little swath there of winds. That's the power line. Those are the ones that down the power lines. Alright. So we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings that are for golf ball sized hail. One of them is for Jayton. But Jayton, I think the worst of the hail is going to actually stay to your south. Maybe get some small hail up in Jayton. Actually, I think you've already gotten some hail up in Jayton, maybe. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they're actually heading your way. I don't know. This little guy, though, near Wayside is not impressing me anymore. Again, it was much of a bigger hail core just a few minutes ago, but now, I mean, you may not be getting any hail out of that. Maybe just some heavy rain. We may have a little bit of a hook echo trying to develop here near Hermley. Or that could just be, a weirdly shaped storm. But, I mean, we'll wait for this next velocity scan to confirm. But we might have some rotation starting to spin up here. Possibly. And I don't want to confirm anything yet. Maybe. It might try to develop some rotation soon. This storm near Wilson, actually, the one that I've been saying doesn't look impressive. It looks like it's trying to develop a hook echo, but that's actually just the shape of the storm. It's just a very supercellular looking storm there. I mean, it is a supercell, but it's not it's not as bad as it looks on the reflectivity is what I'm trying to say. And I think this one here near Abner will probably get warned soon for at least a special weather statement. Most likely, though, a severe thunderstorm warning. Alright, so, again, Clarksville, you're probably getting in on some wind, some hail, especially to your south. If you're in, Palmyra. And Clarksville is going to get in on some of that pretty soon here, if you've not already seen it. And then this storm will actually cross the Tennessee-Kentucky border towards areas like Barker's Mill, Hammocksville, Haydensville, Guthrie, maybe as far west as Oak Grove, maybe the east side of Oak Grove. Again, we were not even expecting a severe risk for this area today. That's just how things have played out here, so. Alright. Back out to our storms in northwest Texas. Still doing large to very large hail there. So yeah, we have reports of trees down, power lines down, limbs down, roofs removed, all of that from the damaging winds tonight already. And it's expected to get worse. Alright. Okay, we may see a couple of these storms start to get a little bit of a spin on here soon. If they can really get their act together, they may be capable of that. My goodness, guys. I mean, this amount of lightning is seriously deadly. It really is. Again, this supercell here that just passed through the Walnut Springs area could get warned, and then also the that just went through Abner and heading up to College Mountain. It could get warned as well. We did just get a new special weather statement I saw there. 50-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. So it's looking like they're going to let go of the severe thunderstorm warning on this storm and leave it at a special weather statement as it enters Murfreesboro. But that's still a strong storm, so look out for that. And this one near Arkadelphia, it kind of had the exact opposite thing happen to it. It got upgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning, but we already talked about that. We got another new severe thunderstorm warning. That is going to be for, there we go, guys. It was that cell I was talking about there. This cell near Dallas just got severe warned. This is going to include Mesquite, Bulch Springs, Forney, Heartland, Crandall, McLendon, Chisholm, and that whole area there in the DFW Metroplex. It's a very populated area that's under the gun for 1 inch in diameter hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And let's actually go and check the population of that warning. Hold on. It's not loaded yet on the NWSX page. There we go. Almost 500,000 people are included in that severe thunderstorm warning. Wow. Again, this is going to go through the east side of Dallas here. Areas like Mesquite. That's definitely the biggest city in the line of this. And unfortunately, it's looking like Mesquite might get a direct impact there. So make sure that you are bringing your vehicles into the garage or whatnot. Still do have a couple of storms out here in West Texas that are warned for golf ball size hail. So look out for that. And let's actually bring it back to Kentucky and Tennessee here. It's honestly, I mean, I know I've said this like 100 times, but it is almost shocking that these storms have managed to A, not only form in these kind of conditions, but B, survive this long. Like, they started up in northern Mississippi, like where they were last stream, and now they're all the way up into Kentucky, and this area is not even favorable for severe thunderstorm development. They're not even under a risk of severe weather from the SPC. Like, it's weird. We do actually have a golf ball-sized hail report there from the Ennis area from this storm that is starting to move closer to Mesquite. That's going to be from the Garrett area, actually. And now the hail core looks even more impressive than it did. So we may even see some hail larger than quarter size here enter this area. We'll have to see what happens with that, obviously. This warning for golf ball size hail is about to expire. I don't think they're going to reissue it. It's not nearly as impressive as it was. Looks like it was trying to develop something rotation-wise there, but it's not managing very well to do that. It's actually looking like they're going to let go of this severe thunderstorm warning too, because they just issued a special weather statement for this storm. So they're probably going to keep this up, but get rid of the severe thunderstorm warning. So at this point, we did just lose a couple of our severe warnings. We're down to 7. That's still a pretty significant amount. The most significant being this one here, heading for Jayton, Texas, that is capable of producing golf ball-sized hail. And then also the one that is there near Dallas. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be for Montgomery and Robertson counties in Tennessee. I mean, that's for Clarksville, like Clarksville proper there. So, looks like the warning for this storm expired, so they just reissued it. And, yeah, I mean, Clarksville proper, looks like you just went through maybe a band of storms, yeah, and you're about to go through another. You're not done. Got at least another 30 minutes of storms heading for you. Alright. Our other storm here near Buchanan is not as impressive there in Tennessee. Can't say I'm that surprised because, again, I didn't think any storms would be able to survive through there. But they did. They proved me wrong. Hello, Leighton. Alright. Yeah, we got a few more minutes, possibly until this next radar update here from the Lubbock radar. These storms are going to be entering the Abilene radar zone anyway soon. Actually, they're moving north, so no, they will not. Oh, no, they are kind of moving off to the east. Yes, they'll enter the Abilene radar area soon. But they're still in the Lubbock zone. Didn't Clarksville just get hit with tornadoes not too long ago? They did. Yeah, Clarksville got an EF3 last year. It's crazy to think that that was 5 months ago now. Actually, tomorrow will be the 5-month anniversary. I still remember that was the first proper tornado outbreak documentary I did. On December 9th, 2023, a widespread deadly tornado outbreak struck the state of Tennessee. I'm Dr. Seuss now, apparently. I don't know what that was, I'm sorry. Yet I am concerned about this storm that is approaching the Mesquite area. It's not going to be our most impressive storm right now, but it's heading for a very populated area. It's doing tons of lightning. I mean, did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning in Arkansas. They did upgrade this storm back from a special weather statement back to a severe thunderstorm warning. They just can't make up their mind. But that's for half dollar size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Looks like the cell's starting to strengthen a little bit again there, so makes sense why they would issue that. Again, we still do have that golf ball-sized hail storm that is going to continue to head east here, head for the Harmony area, Double Mountain, that whole region. Alright, let's go back out here to the Brownfield, Texas area. These storms have a little bit of spin on them, but it's not enough to produce anything. Maybe down the line if they can get their act together, maybe, but I'm still not thinking so. Alright. Anybody that's not aware, like they didn't watch last stream, I am going to be going live tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday because we've got a very active stretch of weather coming. Tomorrow, another enhanced risk of severe weather. That's going to be for parts of central and eastern Texas and western Louisiana. And then Wednesday, we have another enhanced risk. That's going to be for parts of Louisiana, southern Mississippi, and southwest Alabama. And then Thursday, we've got a double slate risk. One of them centered around the southeast. That one could get upgraded to an enhanced risk. For some reason, they're not popping up. But then we also have one up here in the Ohio Valley and the Appalachia area. And I don't know why it's not popping up, because it was working early today, but Radar Omega does what it wants to sometimes, not what it should. Alright. It looks like our storms here on the Tennessee-Kentucky border might finally be starting to chill out here, starting to die. Just as they hit Clarksville, luckily. But, I mean, they did more than they should have. They definitely got away with more than they should have. They did golf ball-sized hail. They downed power lines in a zone that didn't have any risk of severe weather today from the SPZ. The SPZ. Like, they had no right to be as strong as they were, but my goodness, dude, that's crazy. New reflectivity scan. Yeah, they're really dying, though. Nothing impressive with those anymore at this point, honestly. That is, like, the smallest severe thunderstorm warning I've ever seen. This is confirmed ping pong ball size hail over here, by the way. Weather spotter confirmed. I guess that's from, no, it said weather spotter, not storm chaser, I guess. These storms will be moving into the Haskell area soon. Haskell also got hit by tornadoes recently. That was only like a couple months ago. That was I think that was 2 months ago it was like 2 months ago and 6 days ago. I have a really weird memory for those things. Were those Tennessee storms the same storms that were way down south earlier? Yeah, they started in oh my goodness, so many new warnings. They started in northern Mississippi and made it all the way to southern Kentucky in an area that wasn't supposed to have severe weather. Very impressive. Alright, this is breaking. The Dallas storm got upgraded to golf ball size hail. I mentioned this might happen, and there you go. So, we need the city of Mesquite to brace for impact here. You need to bring a car inside, bring your pets inside. Golf ball sized hail, 60 mile per hour winds, heavy rain, and tons of lightning are about to impact the eastern Dallas suburbs here. Again, you need to be taking that seriously. That's not your typical thunderstorm. Not even your typical severe thunderstorm. We did get a new warning over here. That's going to be for Roten. For ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour winds. Radar indicated, but it's very likely that these storms are capable of doing that because just down here to the south of the line they are. And that was confirmed, so... Alright, we'll take it back here to our Tennessee, Kentucky storms. Yeah, now that they hit Clarksville, it's really just going to be a heavy rain bag, maybe a little bit of lightning and thunder. Maybe a couple of stronger wind gusts, up to 35 miles per hour maybe at the surface. And, yeah, at this point, our most concerning storm is going to be the Dallas storm. Not only because it's in a populated area, but it's also just the strongest one that we have. Again, this is going to go off to the east of Dallas. If you're in the Dallas metro area, like Dallas downtown proper, you're fine. You're not going to get hit by this. You're going to see a lot of lightning to your east, most likely. If you were to look outside, probably see quite a light show. You may get in on a few showers, but the real storm is going to remain in the Mesquite area. And unfortunately, again, there are almost 500,000 people that are getting impacted by that storm. Just got a new severe thunderstorm warning up in Arkansas to the northeast of Little Rock. That is for Beeb. That's for 1 inch in diameter hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Look out for that. Let's actually turn on the power outages map. State outages. Looks like we've got about 9,174 people in Texas without power due to these storms so far. Got about 2,400 to 2,500 people in Arkansas without power due to those storms. Over 2,000 in Louisiana, about 1,400 in Mississippi. Tennessee, we've got about 2,300, which again, they were not expected to see any severe weather today, which is probably making them have a rough day. So, the state with the most outages is Texas, but that's just because it's the biggest. The biggest percentage of outages, like by population percentage, I think goes to Arkansas. Um, got 2,500 people without power there in Arkansas. It's about 0.2% of the population without power. Those numbers will rise as we're nowhere near done yet. We did just get a new severe warning in Arkansas. It's an extension. That's for $half size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. It was golf ball size hail. Down to $half size, still pretty dangerous as it heads towards Mountain Pine. I don't know what happened to my nose there. Just got all stuffy. Mountain Pine. Alright, yeah, this is starting to become very serious here in the Mesquite area. This is some very dangerous hail. Again, up to golf ball size, maybe even bigger, is about to directly impact the city of Mesquite, Texas. It's not like, oh, it's going to hit the east side of town or the west side. No, it's going through the downtown area of Mesquite with very large hail. We might even see this warning get upgraded again if there are any reports of huge hail. And let's see here. We pointed out that storm pretty well before it got severe warned. I was more talking about this one over here. That was, I don't remember, it was somewhere over here. But I did mention this one a couple times before it got warned, and it's a good thing because there we have it. Now we've got a massive storm on the way there. We should get a new SPC update here any minute. In fact, we did just get that. We're sticking with the enhanced risk of severe weather. We also just got a new tornado watch. That's for parts of northeast Texas and northwestern Louisiana. Give me just a second here. Let me go ahead and bring the threats up for that. And that's a new tornado watch. I didn't even notice it because it was in a pretty similar area to our last one. But it reads, a few tornadoes likely, scattered hail up to 2-inch size likely, and scattered gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely. That's your standard springtime tornado watch. So you got to look out there. New severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. That's heading for Aspermont. It's going to be in effect for almost 80 minutes. That's a long time for a severe thunderstorm warning. But yeah, that new tornado watch does include Tyler, Texas. It does include Carthage. It does include Nacogdoches in Texas, not Natchitoches in Louisiana. Nacogdoches in Texas. Mexia in Texas. Palestine in Texas. Shreveport, Louisiana. So there's some populated cities there. Almost 1.5 million people are going to be included in that tornado watch. Again, that's pretty much your standard tornado watch. A few tornadoes likely, scattered hail up to 2-inch size likely, and scattered gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely. Those threats are all kind of on the medium end. They're not low, they're not high. But, yeah. The new SBC outlook, sticking with an enhanced risk of severe weather driven by a hatched risk for hail. No major changes to that. So yeah. Yeah, the tornado threat for the new tornado watch is going to be at a moderate. Strong tornado threat is low. Severe wind threat is moderate. Destructive wind threat is low. Severe hail threat is moderate. And huge hail threat is moderate. Alright, so our storm here near Dallas is definitely the most concerning at the minute. Again, it just went through Mesquite with some massive hail. If you do have any reports of that, go ahead and send those in to the National Weather Service. Again, almost 500,000 people just got impacted by that storm, so. And that was just in the warning box. More got impacted by it, technically. Alright, our storm on the Tennessee-Kentucky border is finally no longer warned for anything. It's still going to be capable of producing quite a bit of lightning, some heavy rain at times, maybe a bit of wind, but it's finally dying out a little bit there. No warnings left with that. Cluster of storms. We're going to continue to watch these areas here in Texas. I don't think any of the storms in Arkansas are that crazy. And they're in a bit of a radar hole, except for this one, so. Let's actually go back to our Dallas storm. I haven't checked if there's any rotation with it. Nah, nothing crazy, it doesn't seem. Obviously, you got your higher wind pockets with your any typical severe thunderstorm, but no rotation there, really. We could actually double box. I don't know if there's a reason to do that right now, but why not? You know, just for fun. There's already too much on the screen. I don't want to do that. Alright. Again, this is supposed to be our cluster of storms that's really going to pop off tonight. From what I've seen so far, is the storms in Tennessee have like way overperformed, and the storms in Texas have way underperformed. It's kind of an interesting outbreak, an unexpected area that's getting the most impacted. All right. Sometimes I feel like I just say all right or okay or but yeah out of nowhere, and it drives me nuts. I don't feel like I say it. I do say it. But all right. Dang it, I did it again. Again, this is so much lightning here. Like, my goodness, guys, that is ridiculous. All the strikes are within the past 30 minutes. All of the storms today have been some of the most intense lightning makers I've ever seen. And tons of cloud-to-ground lightning there. As soon as I said there were no warnings for these storms in Tennessee, we did just get a special weather statement for this one. 40-mile-per-hour winds, pea-size hail, nothing insane, but... Alright, now this hail is going to be over Sunnyvale, heading for New Hope, Rowlett, and Dowell Rock down the line. Odd saying storm polygons pointing due north. Also, don't worry about saying alright. Yeah, a lot of these storms today are taking different paths than what you would expect. You know, usually storms move straight east, right? You know, maybe sometimes they take a little dip to the south or a little rise up to the north, but usually they move in the general vicinity of east. Now, this time around, it's mostly they're moving north. Let's actually see if the power outages have rised any since we last looked. It was only like 10 minutes ago, but Texas is getting hit by some pretty significant storms, so it could rise pretty quickly. I don't know if that's any higher than when we looked earlier. Actually, I think it's lower, so hopefully that means people are getting power back already in some spots. They also issued a special weather statement for the Kentucky side of the border here for this storm. 40-mile-per-hour winds, pea-sized hail as well. The reason it's two separate warnings is because it's two separate National Weather Service zones, technically. Let's go ahead and turn that off. It's kind of ugly. Actually, let's see if there are any specific counties that are really getting hit hard, and let's see if we can figure out why. So this area here, Grenada, Mississippi, they did get hit very hard earlier by some storms, specifically with like flooding. But also there were some strong winds, and there's almost 500 customers there without power. That's about 4.3% of the county without power there. We do have this county here, Simpson County in Mississippi, almost 500 customers without power. We have a county in southwest Arkansas, Miller County, almost 2,000 people without power. It's about 8.3% of the county. Alright, let's turn that off now. We do finally have a hail report from the Mesquite area. It's quarter-size hail near Sunnyvale. Which I'm surprised we haven't gotten more reports like that yet, considering how populated this area is and how big that hail was. You think more people would go in to report it. I really think that a lot of people just don't know that they're supposed to report severe weather to the National Weather Service. We do have kind of a line of storms forming here near Jacksonville, Texas. It's not that impressive with any specific threat except for the lightning, but all these storms are, and maybe some gusty winds to damaging winds at times. Possible with that there, so we'll watch that. Might be our next area of storms that gets warned for something. I don't know, it's not that impressive yet, but again, I know that we've been talking a lot about the hail with this storm here near Dallas, but the winds are pretty significant as well. Again, this event has kind of been underperforming overall thus far, which is a good thing. It's still been pretty significant for a couple of spots, especially the unexpected spots where we didn't think it would be, like Tennessee and Kentucky. That's not the only severe storm we had go through Kentucky. Actually, yeah, it is. There was a strong storm that was near Kentucky, Ohio, but it didn't get severe warned. Speaking of severe warnings, we did just get a new one. I believe it's this one here in Texas. No, it's not. There's a new severe warning somewhere. Oh, it's an extension of the Dallas one. So they did downgrade it to ping pong ball size hail, probably because there's not any significant reports of this. Oh, trained weather spotters reported ping pong ball size hail. Well, alright then. So now this is confirmed. It's not just radar indicated anymore. There's confirmed ping pong ball size hail. This is going to go to the east side of Garland, most likely in Texas. We can see some hail to that magnitude, maybe. But the hail core is a bit weaker, so we'll see. We'll see. We have quite a few warnings expire here in 5 minutes. That one expires in 5 minutes. That one expires in 5 minutes. That one expires in 5 minutes. Quite a few of them do. And we still are at an enhanced risk of severe weather today. It's a level 3 out of 5 risk. Driven by large to very large hail at times. People I know went to TCX for the eclipse. Hope they didn't get hailed on. Hopefully. I mean, it was probably pretty overcast out there today. Anyways, they probably didn't get the best view. Did get a new special weather statement here. It's an extension for the storm near Russellville, Kentucky, because it's still going. Still capable of producing 40-mile-per-hour winds, pea-sized hail, and frequent C to G lightning. That being cloud-to-ground lightning. That being lightning that strikes the ground. I think we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, we did, but for some reason the sound stopped working. That's really worrying because sometimes that happens, and yeah. But anyway, this has the tornado possible tag on it, so let's actually check the velocities, and yeah, I mean, it's not that impressive rotation-wise, but there's definitely something there that could develop over time, maybe. So you gotta look out for this storm here as it approaches Teague and Fairfield in southeast Texas or northeast Texas. We watched this area earlier for something. I think it was just a severe thunderstorm. Y'all, I heard told them it was gonna be iffy. Yeah, I got a pretty good view in my area, almost perfect view actually. So again, that new severe warning with the tornado possible tag is going to include Freestone County, Navarro County, and Limestone counties in Texas. That's heading for Fairfield and Teague. It's a pretty populated area there. Just went by Groesbeck. Just to the south of Mexia. Mexia is a pretty big city there up in northeast Texas. So we'll watch that because it does have the tornado possible tag. Again, I'm not spotting too much rotation with it, but obviously National Weather Service knows better than I do. And I mean, there is a little bit of rotation with it. It's just kind of hard to see because we're in a pretty bad radar hole area. We have to use the Dallas radar, and unfortunately it's not going to get better because we're going to continue to head towards the northeast, further and further away from the radar site. So until we get to the Shreveport zone, it's going to be pretty bad, and that's not for a while. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning in Arkansas. That's an extension. That's going to be for Searcy, Griffithville, Bald Knob, and Augusta in Arkansas. That's for half-dollar sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. They upgrade it from quarter size to half-dollar size, so it's intensifying just a little bit there. And soon going to be in Griffithville with damaging winds and large hail being the main threats. No real tornadic threat with that. No real flash flood threat with that. And another new severe thunderstorm warning, that is going to be in Stonewall County, Texas. That's for golf ball sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds heading straight for Aspermont. Actually, that's not even what the new warning is. That's just an upgrade, I do believe. Yeah, that's just an upgrade. I think the new warning is down here for Hamlin, Texas. That's for half-dollar size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. But now we got to watch this storm as it approaches Aspermont with considerable damaging winds and considerable large hail. You need to be getting indoors, away from windows, preferably underground. You're not going to lose anything by going underground. But if you don't go underground, there's going to be trees possibly falling. There's going to be power lines possibly going down. And if that falls on your home and, you know, you're on the main floor there, that could be bad. So we do ask that you at least get into an interior room if you don't have a basement in a situation like this. Because, again, this is a pretty bad storm. One of the worst that we've seen today, probably. And it's going to go right through Aspermont with quite a bit of fury. I think the worst of it's going to stay to the south of Aspermont, but still, got to look out there for potential damaging winds and large hail. The reason I'm saying potential is because that is all radar indicated, but This looks pretty impressive to me on radar. I think that it's definitely possible that we do actually see 70-mile-per-hour winds and golf ball-sized hail with that storm there. You can't even see these storms because of how much lightning there is covering them. On the radar. Oh, yikes. So that severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag, the rotation's really starting to pick up there. We may actually see a tornado warning for this soon. Right now, this is just to the southeast of Fallon and Prairie Grove. Again, intensification on this rotation. Another rhyme there, huh? And there's not much that's going to be stopping this storm. Hey, what's up, Mr. Storm? I don't know if you saw, but we have this storm with the tornado possible tag. And that rotation is looking pretty intense there. We may see a tornado warning out of this as it approaches Teague and Fairfield. Nothing yet on the correlation coefficient. It's going to be hard to see that because it's in a pretty messy spot, but we should be able to see it pretty clearly if there is a debris. But again, it's definitely not on the ground yet. We don't even have a warning yet. It's not quite tight enough yet to warrant a warning, but I think down the line, maybe. I thought I heard the tornado warning sound there for just a second. I was like, oh, there it is. I'm actually going to get the alert sound ready. A new tornado warning has been issued sound. Sorry, I'm getting my warning ready. Alright, so I want to emphasize this is a test. There's no new warning. I just want to test this out, and I want you guys to know that in case people, have this on in the background, they're not really paying attention. If a warning gets issued for their area, they're probably going to want to know, so this is the sound I'm going to play. Again, this is just a test.
A new tornado warning has been issued. Take cover now.
That's the sound I'm going to play. I will turn it up whenever there's actually a new warning, but I didn't want to freak anybody out there because there's nothing yet. Sometimes I do that for severe thunderstorm warnings, but this is the kind of event where if I did that, we'd be doing it every couple minutes, and it would get repetitive and annoying very quickly. So again, velocities on this are actually pretty tight here as they approach Teague. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I think I am, but I'm not always the best with town name pronunciations. Said that last stream too. I mean, it's true. Feel free to let me know if I'm pronouncing a town name wrong or something, because all that does is help me. I will not take offense. And there's your winds going away from the radar, then your winds going towards the radar, or vice versa, I think. I don't know, I never remember which color is which. I think red is going towards, green is going away. Actually, let's see. Let's test that theory. Come on. Yeah, green is going away, red's going towards. So I had it right the first time, of course. Again, unfortunately, this is going into a pretty bad radar zone here. I mean, that's rotation, that's for sure. Again, we may see a tornado warning get issued for this. We don't have one right now, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag on it. But again, do not be surprised at all if your phone starts going off, if it starts going wild here in Teague or Fairfield in Texas. We may see a tornado warning get issued. Some communities even sound the sirens just for severe thunderstorm warnings. It depends on what town you're in. It's not usually how it works. Usually they don't do it just for your typical severe thunderstorm warnings, but some communities do, I know, so yeah. Alright. Hopefully that tree is cleared off of Highway 332 now. Because the thing that makes me think that is because law enforcement reported it, so I feel like the first thing they would do is take it off the road. So hopefully the highway is not blocked anymore, but be wary if you are traveling there because there are still some significant storms in the area. And the reason I'm talking about all this travel and stuff is because I know a lot of people are traveling back from the eclipse. My area was packed today. There was not a single road you could get on and not have to wait 20 minutes. So I know how it is. You know, if you got to travel, you got to travel. And I know a lot of people are going to be traveling here, especially because it's in the path of totality. But just be wary that there is going to be a little bit of damage on the highways. Again, the only confirmed highway blockage that we have was that tree on 332, and that might be gone now. But just in case it's not, that is near 278, south of mile marker 278. So, there you go. Again, there's your rotation in there by Teague. Or Teague. I think it's Teague. That just sounds way better and it makes more sense. And this is a very populated area under this warning, unfortunately. So, new severe thunderstorm warning. That is going to be for Crosby County, Texas. These storms back here, they were special weather statement warned. Just now got severe warned. Starting to pop off there. Even though we've had that 1-inch hail report for a while, I'm pretty sure. Let's go back to the storm reports for today on the SPC website. And it looks like we do have some new reports. Shoot, it's not popping up. It said there was a new wind damage report, but I don't see it there. That's not today. There we go. It's not popping up, but it says there is a new wind damage report, so let's wait and see what that is. We now have 35 reports of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger, which is very significant. Definitely shows why we have that hatched enhanced risk for hail. Hail-driven enhanced risk, I should say. New reflectivity scan on the storm near Teague that we're watching. New velocity scan. It's picking up, guys. I really think it's going to get tornado warned pretty soon here. I really do. This storm is the only reason I'm staying live right now. Because we've been live for an hour. There's not that much going on. I was kind of thinking about ending, but then I saw this got issued, and I saw the rotation on it. I was like, you know, if I hop off stream, all I'm going to be doing anyway is watching these storms with a show on in the background or something. So, might as well just cover it live. Considering this is going on. Oh, we have another Canada outage. There we go. I think this just started. This has been a significant problem over the past while now. Every Canada radar site just will randomly go out, and they all go out at once, and there it goes. So they're investigating the problem. So hopefully that gets fixed soon, because That's a pretty big problem. Hopefully it gets fixed eventually. Alright. They seem to be ramping up. Yep, for sure. For sure. Again, I'm particularly concerned about this storm here. I really think we could see a tornado warning out of this. At least down the line, but maybe even soon here for the Teague Fairfield area. Again, nothing on the ground yet, but within the next 10 to 20 minutes we could have something if things go right for this storm. And I'm not saying that they will, but it could. We do have a 1.5 inch hail report now from Mesquite from that huge hailstorm that went through there, and a 1.25 inch hail from east of Garland once the hail core started to calm down a little bit. But yeah, we did have that 1.5 inch hail report from a broadcast media source. Let's go ahead and check the power outage map again here. Oh wow, in the past like 20 minutes, it's ramped up about 300 more customers without power in Texas alone. Arkansas has got quite a few more, I think. I think maybe even Louisiana has a couple hundred more, if I remember correctly. We do actually have some winter weather advisories up here in Washington. I noticed that a few minutes ago. Those are brand new, I think. Right now, it's all just rain in that area, but we could see some snow flurries mix in soon. We do have some snow flurries mixing in there in Canada. That may spill into the United States overnight, which I think is why we have those winter weather advisories. So if you're watching in Washington, there you go. The only reason I chuckle at that is because I don't think I have any viewers from Washington. Or at least any active viewers from Washington. Any true fans from Washington. I'm just kidding. Oh, wow. Okay, so new severe thunderstorm warning in Hunt and Fannin counties, Texas. But the Stonewall County one, the hail got upgraded. Now tennis ball-sized hail. I completely forgot about this storm. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going right through Aspermont with 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds and tennis ball-sized hail. You got to take cover there. Okay, it's a very dangerous storm. I think that's enough to set the emergency alert system off. I don't know if they do that for a continued warning, though, or if they'll only do that for a new warning of that magnitude, if that makes sense. Alright, a bit of a break in the breaking and the rotation here near Teague. So that's always good to see. At this point, I'm more concerned about this storm here than anything else. This is probably knocking power out for so many people. That's probably part of the big reason that we just got 300 more customers without power in Texas so quickly. New severe thunderstorm warning in Fisher County in Texas. It's for the storm that storm chasers Vince Welty and Brandon Kopic are on, so there you go. Got our storm chasers out there, so they will see the storm and report if anything happens, I'm sure. Alright, let's turn the outage map off. Actually, I do want to look at the county outage map. Okay, so no reported outages yet here from this storm. It did just go through here, though, with tennis ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds, though. It's probably relatively hard to report that you're out of power if you are out of power. I just now thought about that. Is that weird? I feel like that doesn't make very much sense. I mean, I guess cell data, you know, but what if the cell towers are... Okay, anyway, I need to stop going down this rabbit hole and trying to make this random case. Anyway. I'll turn the outage map off here. Right, Aspermont, you're probably getting in on some of the worst of it now, just so you know. At least in terms of the hail, the worst of the wind's already past you. But now, even though you got done with the wind for the most part, you're not done. You got hail coming in. Huge hail, even. Tennis ball size possible again. Just want to reemphasize that there. They did just condense this warning. Still tornado possible, still 1 inch hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Again, maybe a bit lighter on the rotation now, but still pretty intense there. Still gotta watch that. Hopefully it doesn't recycle, but it very well could, I think. This is gonna end up being one of my longer streams I've ever done. I'm getting used to doing these longer streams now. Multiple times a day. Unfortunately, once it gets past 10 Central, I'm not going to be able to go live anymore because, my parents have work in the morning. I've got school in the morning. That's kind of whenever, I shouldn't be down here screaming about the weather at that hour. So, 10 p.m. Central, unfortunately. I don't think I'm going to be live for that long, but I'm saying, I won't be able to go live again after 10 p.m. Central. It's not like, I'll come back later, unless it's before 10 p.m. I want to see this rotation near Teague again. See the update here. The rotation will be located somewhere in there now, most likely. On the southwest side of Teague. And I mean, there you go. It's way weakened out. Nice. Okay. Alright, you guys, we're going to end off the live stream here. It's been pretty significant. No tornado warnings, though, so we're going to end off. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Real life takes precedence for sure. Thank you. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in once again. Again, probably not going to go live again tonight just because, lights off. But maybe if it's before 10 p.m. So, again, see you guys later. Peace.